What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. You see the title, 7 Reasons Why Floyd Mayweather Jr. is Boxing's Best Villain. Now, just off the title alone, some of you are going to prove my point. Like, I've never seen a fighter in the history of the sport evoke so much emotion. Like, it's crazy. And some dudes act like straight broads, like females, when this man's name is mentioned. Like, they hate him so much they'll see the title and and dislike the video, not even care what the content is or what's being said. They'll just go off on a tangent. Flomo. It's not about Flomo. I like to give you guys lists, so here's one. Like, I know there's some guys out there who have had male best friends that have fucked their girl and they found a way to forgive them, but they hate Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how deep the hatred runs. Like, you had a friend, a partner who fucked your chick and found a way to get over that and bury the hatchet, but you still hate Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? That's how deep this shit goes. And I know some of y'all be mad because I be one taking my shit. No edits, just straight through. This is going to be a freestyle. And I'm going to explain to you why I feel Mayweather is boxing's best villain. All right? And it's just like, you could look at it right now, like the current situation in boxing. We truthfully don't know who Floyd Mayweather is going to pick for his next opponent. Yet you got sports writers who are in a frenzy and they're just pinning up stories and saying, oh, the meetup at the Miami Heat game doesn't mean anything. He's not going to fight Pacquiao. Some people are saying he's going to fight Cotto. They're saying he's going to do all kinds of things. But at the end of the day, the man has power, because we really don't fucking know. And I challenge anybody, if you know, then tell me every single detail without messing up. Is it happening on the MGM? Is it going to be Pacquiao? Is it Cotto? Is it a wild card like Amir Khan? Who is Mayweather's next opponent? Is it for certain happening at the MGM? When is he going to announce it? Is it going to be at the Super Bowl, during halftime, before the Super Bowl, after the Super Bowl? How is he going to announce it? These are all questions that, again, you turn to these sports writers and these articles, they're acting like they know for certain, and realistically, they're just guessing and speculating like everybody fucking else. You know what I'm saying? I keep it real, so I don't try to act like I know. And I actually know some people on that side of town, you know what I'm saying, who I could probably research and pry to try to get some type of information or some leads. But ultimately, the ball, it sounds like, is in Mayweather's court, and he's going to decide when he's full and ready to announce who he's fighting. And right now it's just a guessing game. So that's part of it. And I don't want to give too much of it. And we'll get right into the list. So this is no particular order, but I did number it. Number 1, I would say influence, and he's inspired copycats. Now, some of you guys are like, what the fuck you mean? I'm going to tell you what I mean. There's a lot of things, whether you agree with it or not, that Mayweather has done that other people have emulated. Like, I'm not saying he's the first one to do some of these things, but he's very noted for doing them. You know what I mean? Like a jab to the body. I've seen several fighters who have actually added that punch to the solar plex into their repertoire. Broner tried it with Maidana when he was getting battered. He was trying to switch up. I've seen Andre Ward do it, and I've seen a ton of other fighters like implement it. I think I even seen Kovalev versus Hopkins. Now, that one's kind of hard because it's a punch. You can't be like, oh, Mayweather doesn't own that punch. But again, I haven't seen really many people go to that punch besides Mayweather and frequently use it. Mayweather used it, I think most notably, probably in his fight with Zab Judah, recently used it against Maidana. And it's not even just that. There's other things like token words and trademarks and phrases and shit. Like Mayweather always says, hard work, dedication. Since then, I've seen a ton of people implement that and say, oh yeah, it comes with hard work, dedication, or easy work. When Mayweather was doing the Showtime promo with Guerrero, he was like, easy work. Now I've heard a million fucking people talk about this fight is easy work, Broner included, and it's not just him. You know what I'm saying? There's other like mannerisms in ring. Like when Mayweather walks down opponents, I've seen a ton of fighters do this. And Mayweather is, again, the most notable opponent or person that I recall doing this. And it's when he gets hit with the shot, and then he'll make this like frown type of face, and he'll shake his head from left to right like and he'll just stick to the game plan. And I've seen so many people do it. I've seen Brandon Rios do it. I've seen Adrian Broner does it all the time. And before Mayweather started really doing that, like Shane Mosley or whoever will hit him with the shot, and he'll just keep kind of in that shoulder roll, and then he's just doing that face like you didn't hurt me type of attitude. Mayweather, again, some of you guys aren't going to understand, but Mayweather is definitely one of the people that really started doing that. And now I see a ton of people doing that. And again, he's inspired copycats in so many different facets. Let's keep moving on the list. Number 2, no endorsement deals, and he's still the highest paid athlete in boxing. Now, some people don't understand the business. Like if you look at the top earners in terms of athletes, you'll see LeBron James on there, probably Kobe Bryant, a couple other people. Crazy thing is, Mayweather is the only person on there who really makes his money in his sport, like almost entirely. LeBron James has deals with, I don't know, what fucking Verizon, Sprint, one of the phone companies. You always see LeBron in different commercials. He has a Nike deal. You know what I mean? He might be on a Gatorade commercial, things like that. Versus Mayweather, his money comes from boxing. He doesn't really do too much acting. I've seen him he was like, made a cameo in Think Like a Man 2, stuff like that. But the man makes his money in boxing, and he's the highest paid athlete. So I think that's definitely a characteristic of being the best villain, because a good majority of people that I talk to hate the man, yet he's still the highest paid athlete, not just boxer, athlete. So, I mean, he's obviously found a niche, and he's working it to his angle, because people pay to watch him lose or whatever the situation is. Number 3, longevity. I would say he has good longevity in sport, 18, 19 years in the sport, and he's still undefeated. So you got to give him credit. He's found a way to find, again, his niche and evolve with the times. Like, you have to understand, 19 years ago, when he was first starting, 18, 19 years ago, it was a different market. That was before social media and Twitter and MySpace and Instagram and things like that. And he was successful then, and he's found a way to remain relevant and still competing against, like, you know what I mean, good competition in his division or whatnot. So you got to give him credit for the longevity in the sport. Other guys who have been fighting the same amount of time or not, a lot of people will consider them past their prime. They're getting knocked out. They're considered shop worn. Only really Floyd and Bernard Hopkins were guys who were fighting at a really late age, where people weren't just saying he needs to hang him up next fight. You know what I'm saying? Even one of my favorite fighters of all time, Roy Jones Jr., I've said on many occasions that I would wish he would just focus on his gym and not really fight anymore. I don't want to see him tarnish his legacy. But Floyd obviously has longevity in the sport. I don't think that really is debatable. Number 4, Oscar De La Hoya beef and the trash talk, the birth of 24/7. Now, this is big. I think Oscar De La Hoya versus Mayweather really sold that fight. Oscar De La Hoya, yes, he was the golden boy. He was a cash cow. But the hype came from Mayweather's side. It came from Mayweather trash talking. He was like, "You a pussy, dog." And all the trash talk. Oscar De La Hoya is more or less a peaceful dude. Even like guys like Fernando Vargas, who were talking shit to Oscar De La Hoya, he's still kind of like all-American, and he didn't really go for the gusto. He didn't get street. He didn't act like Mayorga or anything like that. But Mayweather, he created like the 24/7, and it made an everlasting, like, now we see 24/7s before the big fights, or we see Showtime's All Access. And you have to give credit to the De La Hoya Mayweather fight for birthing that. They made it interesting to see the pre-fight buildup and shenanigans before. And again, most of it was because of Mayweather. When you've seen the clips of Oscar De La Hoya, he was pretty calm. He wasn't, you know what I mean? He was just getting his work in. but most of the action or the drama side was obviously coming from Floyd, because that's when he was talking the most trash. He was real bad back then, like just talking shit. He was like, "Man, I'm about to go jog right now. Da 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 da. Oscar, I'm gonna beat his ass. We gonna see. Da da. May, we gonna see." And he was just talking crazy. Number 5, radical fans hate him and they still pay him. Now, this is a given to me. This, again, I can't recall the fighter in history. There's other people who were hated at the time, Muhammad Ali's and Prince Nassim, whoever the fighter was. And maybe it's because of the era they came up in, but this social media era, since Mayweather's still relevant right now, it's crazy to see how many people just absolutely despise him. They think he's a foul person. They hate him, yet they still talk about him. You can go on any forum, any boxing video with his name, and you're definitely going to see tons of comments of people saying how much they loathe him, they despise him, but they're still watching his videos. They're still paying for his fights. And it is what it is. Other fighters, a lot of times the reason they have big fan bases are the people who actually support him. But Mayweather, it's damn near 50-50. You got a lot of guys who hate him and pay just to see if he'll lose or if he'll look like shit or get knocked out or knocked down, and they'll pay for his fights, versus other fighters like Sugar Shane Mosley. They wanted to see Mosley because they liked him. Or Canelo. I think a lot of guys like Canelo's style and they want to see Canelo more so than they're paying for a pay-per-view because they hate him. Number 6, just overall being a showman. I think Mayweather is one of the sport's best showmen. You got a lot of guys like Prince Nassim is definitely up there. Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather. He's easily in that top echelon of sportsmen. He builds up this height, and to the point where some people don't even really like his fighting style, yet his pre-fight, he does the best numbers in the sport currently. Like there's no one last year who had higher pay-per-view buys than he did. You know what I'm saying? So he knows how to market himself. He knows how to sell, and he knows how to be a showman and get people, like I said, to despise him, to just hate him, and anything like that. And number 7, this is number 7. This is easily one of the things. It's because Mayweather versus Pacquiao, the mega fight. This is a super fight we all want to see. And Mayweather has taken full charge and taken his role as the bad guy. We love Pacquiao. We know Pacquiao as the humble, good Samaritan type who rose from poverty in the streets of the Philippines, Serengeti, General Santos, to becoming a politician. In a way, Pacquiao is kind of a representation of the American dream, just that rags to riches type story, that Cinderella story. And a lot of people admire that Rocky type patriotic story that Pacquiao has. And then you look at Mayweather, and he's definitely the antagonist. He's flashy. He burns money. He talks about having a private jet and a ton of cars, and he's constantly bragging about the money. And a lot of people don't like that bravado, that braggadocious image that Mayweather portrays. Now, I really feel like a lot of it is an act. I mean, that some of it is just probably his personality, probably just from the hood, ignorant, don't know how to act. But I think a lot of it is him just being a showman. That's just my personal opinion. But whatever the case, these are 7 reasons why Floyd Mayweather is boxing's best villain. I mean, the Pacquiao fight, the fact that we've been waiting 5-6 years, and he really allowed people to blame everything on him up until recently. He would give shitty interviews where he didn't really answer questions, talking about just very vague, ambiguous answers. Pacquiao was saying, "Oh, fight me, fight me." He wants to fight, fight me. If you beat me, it'll be easy. And then Mayweather would just give you shitty answers and really do things on his terms. Yet he's still doing those record-breaking numbers and things like that. So those are my top 7 reasons why Floyd Mayweather is boxing's best villain. And you'll be able to tell by the comments. People hate him. Just watch the video and watch the comments. Look below in the comments and you'll be able to see exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Watch how sensitive people get just from this video. That proves my point. So thank you for proving my point. Let me know what you guys think. 7 reasons why Floyd Money Mayweather is boxing's best villain. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.